And now, the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Big D and Bubba, they have a show 5 days a week, but they don't get to say everything that's on their mind, so they have an extra one, and that's how we get the podcast, the podcast, the podcast. Big D and Bubba podcast, the podcast, the podcast. Big D and Bubba podcast.
I'm a bananist.
Well, we got so many people vying for attention around here. Jeez, good Lord.
Good morning.
Hi there. That's my favorite. Can you play it again?
Yeah, the gold this week.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hello.
Makes me laugh every time. What's up, Patrick?
Oh, not much.
Patrick's
guys.
back.
Yeah.
Back in the house.
Back in the house. How's everybody doing?
We're good. You're not staying, are you?
No.
Okay, good.
Wow.
I woke up. When I went to bed, my voice was a little not great, and then I woke up. I'm like, "Oh, I sound fine." And then I tried to sing the podcast theme and went, "Nope."
Yeah.
That's like, wait, nope, that's not
Yeah,
there.
that's Patrick on the singing that. It sounds like you sang it this morning.
Yeah.
Do you remember the number episode that you sang it on?
We invented it on episode 6. If that's what you mean. Yes.
Yeah. And
Wrote the podcast theme and recorded it
and the entire in one podcast.
in one podcast.
That's one thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Oh man.
what time did you? What is your sleep schedule now?
I go to bed at like 5, and I usually wake up at like 1. So this is super early for me.
Well, thanks for doing that. Thanks for coming by.
I just missed you guys. I wanted to come by. And,
So yeah, Patrick's doing. You're doing a.
I'm doing stand up with Killer Bees this weekend
Yeah.
in McMinnville. That's my excuse for being here, but I really just want to do the podcast.
Yeah, he came by. We had him on today. Yeah, he's excited. It's you and him, and I guess somebody.
Dan Whitehurst, who is hysterical.
There you go.
You guys should have Dan Whitehurst on the show.
Is he kind of a country guy?
He used to be a cop, and he tells stories, and it's just
Oh, I would love that.
oh my
Cop
god,
stories are the best.
His cop stories from when he was a cop are the
Just come in and do an hour of cop stories.
It's so funny. He's got such great stories.
Uh-huh.
He has. I'm not going to tell his bit, but he has a story about he was sitting in his car one night and saw a fire and thought, "Do I really want to go to that?" And then he's like, "All right, I guess I'll go." And then he's like, then the rest of it is just insane. It's like those stories are the best. I talk to first responders on my new job every night, and I can't help it. I get someone from an ambulance. Or a cop, deputy, something, and I go, what's the story you tell everybody? What's the funniest thing that ever happened?
Yeah, they all have a
in the middle of the
go-to.
night?
That's the best question. You never ask what's the worst. That's the
No,
one
I don't
thing
want
I've
the worst. And I used to
Yeah.
ask, what's the craziest thing? And I go, no, I don't want crazy. I realized to tell them funny. When you're with your buddies, you're like, dude, this one time.
Yeah, and like I
Tell
said,
me
they have a
that
go-to.
story. Oh yeah, most of them do. And I've heard some doozies, man. It's amazing the things that happen in the middle of the night out there that most people don't even realize it's going on.
So you've dyed the beard, but we're not dyeing the hair.
No, I've been doing this, because the beard was black long after the hair. The hair went gray when I was like 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you used to have grayish, more gray in your beard. I
Yeah.
guess
I just felt
don't
maybe
see
this
it.
was you had done it recently,
I did
which
it
is
today, like
okay.
yesterday.
That's why
Oh, yeah,
it's
'cause
just
it looks
darker than what we're used to.
Yeah. And it's also longer, so it's just more obvious. I feel like I need to get it trimmed.
You go through stages where you're like, you go short hair, long hair, short hair, long hair, beard short, beard long, beard this.
Well, I
beard that.
realized I'm not anybody. I don't represent anyone but me now. So it's not like I don't have to worry about. I got to put on my jacket and have my hair. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna grow my hair out and my beard and look
You
like a
look
hippie.
no different
Let's
than
go.
you did when you were here.
4 years ago.
I did. I went through a phase about 5 years ago where I grew it out, and then I felt bad about it, and I cut the hair, and I'm like, no, I'm growing this out while I still have it because it's going.
Yeah.
It's going, especially right around there. It's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get a backlight behind you.
No.
I don't think people realize that when we have hair loss, especially for mine's in the back like a monk kind of deal. So when I look in the mirror, I don't see it. It's not until like hey, I had a picture of you. I was behind you at a concert.
Yeah.
I'm like, I looked all over. I didn't see me. Like, yeah, you're that guy.
You're the old
I'm
guy
not
with
that
the
old
with
guy.
the missing
What are you
hair.
talking about? That guy, he's 80 years old. No. Oh, that is me. The big giant guy that is bigger than everyone else in the entire zip code. Yeah, that's me.
I look at myself in the mirror every day, and I never think I'm as fat as I am when I see a picture of myself that someone else took, you know, and you go,
it's a weird angle.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Why is Jabba the Hutt standing next to that poor woman?
It's the worst when people, especially when they used to do the Facebook tag you and things, and they would go, "Hey, you've been tagged," and I was like, "How is this legal? How can you take such a terrible picture of me and then post it without me asking me?"
I told y'all the first time I ever did like a.
Can't you turn that down or turn it off? By the way,
Can.
You can now.
You can
Okay.
now. Yeah, trust me, I figured it out that day.
The first time I ever did like a FaceTime or whatever it's called. Years ago, when I was sitting in my car in the parking lot out here,
and
like
you
10
had
years
it
ago.
low?
I had it right down here, basically on my
no.
on my
No,
thigh.
no, no.
And
Mine
I
can't
turn
go
that
higher than
camera
the sunroof.
on, and it gets this angle where it starts at the bottom of your belly and works up to the man boob, and then to the double chin, and then to the rest of you. And I'm like, it literally looked like Jabba the Hutt. I was like, oh, is that what I look like in real life? I can't. No.
Yeah, I thought I got hacked. I thought someone else's voice or face was on there. It's not me.
There should
Who's
be
that guy?
camera placements in your car. Like you can do Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and all that, and it'll pick up like your whatever you're streaming or like to listen to the podcast. But it also should have like camera placements in your car that should be preset because we all know what angles, that works good in the car. You have one over here on this A pillar. You have one over here.
So you know the cameras are already installed in the car?
Yes, and then it syncs with your phone.
Yeah.
And then like you hit a button on the steering wheel or like, the little button where you tell it to call somebody. You say, take a selfie.
Yeah.
And then it takes a selfie, and it's all hands-free.
That's what we need, more people doing videos in their cars.
No, that's a good thing because what happens is it takes people from holding their phones while they're driving out of the equation. They're going to do it anyway. At least let's keep their hands on the wheel.
I think the Teslas have cameras in the car.
They're everywhere, man.
Everywhere, where they can see you. And next thing you know, the government will be able to see you.
Have you seen the girl that's
what
about
do you
to
mean
break
next
the
thing?
record on TikTok
For what?
having the most viewed video of all time? It is
Oh,
a
yeah.
hot chick
I'm shocked.
lip syncing in a car.
Wow, that's
And
shocking.
she like touches her hair. And like, don't get me
yeah.
wrong, she's absolutely a smoke show.
No, she's not.
But she's not.
No,
right,
she's
but the
not.
thing is, she's a good-looking girl, but
I
she's
gotta
not
Google
like
her.
she's
She's
not the
not.
hottest chick
She's
you've ever
not.
seen.
Not. She's not. She's cute.
Yeah.
There's a difference. She's cute. I've seen it. I've
Yeah.
seen it. And she does kind of like cartoony eyes.
Yeah, she's
like
not
she does,
even like
the
singing
little-
along right because the timing didn't work out
It's
or
on
something.
TikTok.
Yeah.
All right.
I think she's an Australian fitness model.
Leah Halton.
I know her name. I don't know.
Meet Leah Halton, the influencer who could break the most liked TikTok video record
And all that
ever.
is her lip syncing in a car. This is it. This is all we're watching.
I mean, she's cute. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. but-
Well, she said
There's-
smoke show, and she's not a smoke show.
No, she's, she's very attractive.
Okay, do I have the wrong person?
Yeah,
You
no, it's
might.
This chick. Is it that?
No,
chick?
that's not.
That's
That
her.
is not a smoke show.
I mean,
Are y'all kidding me?
Oh, dude, if she
I'm
was
somewhere
in Hollywood,
between you and them.
What?
I'm somewhere in between you and them.
Look,
Like,
I was trying to be nice
You're literally
because
I also don't think she's. I don't think she's a smoke show either. But I think she's very.
She's cute.
hot, yeah.
she looks
But you
like
know
the
how
girl
many
from
hot
the
girls there are on
Transformers.
I
that?
wouldn't even
That's
say
it.
hot. I wouldn't even say hot.
She looks like the girl from the Transformers movie.
Megan Fox?
Yeah, she
No,
gets
she does
She
not.
does not look like Megan Fox.
Megan
Dude,
Fox
looks like her
is
little
a smoke
Neither
sister.
did
show.
that girl on Love Is Blind. So
Yes, she did, Carson. She looked exactly like her.
She looked
There's
just
a
like
girl
her.
on
Carson,
Love
you
Is
almost
Blind.
got me. I went to take a sip of Diet
wait.
Coke, and she almost got the spit take. Yes, so there was this girl on Love Is Blind who told the dude in the other thing that couldn't see her that she looked like Megan Fox. At homegirl did not look like Megan
Spoiler,
Fox.
she did not look like
Spoiler alert!
She had like butthead gums. You know, like Beavis and Butthead's gums were always
Yeah.
like on
Okay, so wait a
display.
minute. So she told the guy she looks like Megan Fox.
Yeah, guess
Yeah,
what?
she's,
And
a,
then
flight,
did they
she's
match?
a flight attendant.
So
Oh,
he
yeah,
proposed to
he
her.
proposed.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
she's
no.
a flight attendant, so she said that the person that people tell her she looks like most often. People say she looks like Megan Fox.
It's his fault, though.
So then he really believed that.
He's the dummy who asked her, who do people say you look like?
Well, the
yeah, 'cause
sad
no
part
one-
is he was actually talking to another chick, and he wasn't sure which one he wanted to propose to. And I still say the Megan Fox line is what was like, okay, I'll propose to her
Yeah,
because
put
the
it
chick
over.
he was thinking about getting with was super hot. And
Dee, I
then
have
he
to
picked-
tell. I'm going to talk
he
to
picked
Dee.
the nut.
I want to pretend that I don't like watching this show.
Love Is
because my
Blind is
wife wants to
fantastic.
watch this show, Love Is Blind, on Netflix, and and this new season, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to watch this. We get like a half episode in, I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait. Oh, this is so great. The girl the Megan Fox girl, and then the other girl was the hottest chick in the
Absolutely.
whole place.
Okay.
Like, hands down. He chooses, like on like a 9. Okay, but like compared to all the
A
other
9
girls,
compared to this girl who's about to win the TikTok most viewed, what would she be?
9.1.
Okay, all right, so in that range.
okay, but she was hot. She was so much hotter than everyone else there. And then he picks the Megan Fox lookalike girl. And we're just waiting. You see it in his face right away.
Oh, when
I
they
didn't
meet-
care about any of the other couples. All I wanted
It's so amazing.
was that guy to meet the hot one.
Have you ever
and
seen
then
the
there's
show? Wait.
There's a party like weeks later. Like there's a party and they invite the people they didn't pick, like all the other. And that time
Nobody
he
picked
sees
the hot girl at all?
picked
No
her.
one picked her?
Well, no, because
because
they
she was all
couldn't see
invested
her.
on the guy.
They couldn't see
Yeah.
her.
Okay,
She was-
so have you ever seen the show ever? Big D.
No.
So it's literally you're behind these walls, you're separated by walls, and you just talk through the wall. And then there's you. If you match with somebody, you propose, and then they say yes or no. If they say yes,
Oh, Love It Blind?
yeah.
Oh, I thought you said the show was called Ever.
No.
Have you ever seen the show Ever?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, no.
So then the little doors reveal, they open up at the same time, and they see each other for the first time.
Is that where they walk towards each other?
Yes.
Okay, I've seen clips of that.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And so when this girl walked out, he got to meet Clint Howard.
yeah.
And, like the first thing when they cut to him in a like private conversation, he's like, "Well, she doesn't look like Megan Fox."
He told her.
He said
Oh,
that?
he did. Oh, yeah, he did.
Apparently, off camera, he told her that he looked like Christian McCaffrey.
I mean,
No, he didn't. No, sir.
I don't
No.
have.
But
I
now
mean,
that's a fair question because it's not like they're not lying. That's what people. I mean, just because people.
Okay, but I've had a fair number of people tell me that I look like Kate Hudson. I don't look like Kate Hudson. Like, we're both blonde, whatever, but I am very aware of what she looks like.
But I see what you're. I get what they're saying.
get what
you
they're saying.
you resemble
Right, but
Kate
if I
Hudson.
told a guy that, they're going to think Kate Hudson. And then I show up and they're like, "Did you eat Kate Hudson?"
No, it's just. I think the
Well,
question.
because Kate
It's a.
Hudson is
It's a
probably
bad.
95
She's now
pounds.
8 Hudson.
Yeah, like, so that's the thing that I get it. It's just that, like, you got to be
She
real
misspelled it.
careful.
Very good. Yeah.
Thank you.
He's batting about. About 280.
Oh, I know, but that's good. You know what? You got to take a lot of swings, D. You got to take a lot of swings.
Trust me, I know, man.
So, yeah, that's the point. That especially as a girl, like, yes, I might bear a resemblance too, but
Yeah,
I
you
know if
can't
I
say
tell
that.
you I look like
can't say
Megan
that.
Fox, you're going to think the
I would
girl
say-
from the Transformers comes out.
Bubba looks like Jared Neiman to me.
And
But,
see,
but we've done that comparison. It's actually very close.
Yeah.
really? And
Yeah.
see, I don't see it whenever
like
we
if Jared
stand,
Neiman
especially
got stung
for,
by bees. It's
see
just
that.
right there.
Yeah, but it's
when we
not.
stand next to each other, because we just saw him at CRS,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah.
man, I don't
Yeah,
don't see it.
I see it. I see it. Schaefer look. Who did Schaefer look like?
Oh no.
Coach
Schaefer-
Beard from Ted Lasso. Dude, when you put a ball cap on,
Oh, I can
yeah,
see
if,
that.
yeah, if I'm
Coach
wearing
Beard.
a hat. Hold on, let me go grab a hat.
watch this. Schaefer looks like anybody who doesn't watch Ted Lasso won't
yeah.
get
I
it.
don't, yeah.
But it's so he is
Pull up a picture
Yeah, I
of him on
want to
your
pull up
phone.
a picture.
That way you can. That way you can see him.
Beard.
Coach
Ted
Beard,
Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
Pulling out the Bailey Zimmerman hat. I
Oh
see.
my gosh.
Okay,
Show
hold
me,
on.
Patrick.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I kind of.
Oh yeah.
Look at
Oh,
that.
okay, yeah.
you do, man.
Yeah.
that's a cool hat.
The
That looks
BZ.
good.
Dude.
I had a drunk girl on New Year's Eve in New Orleans when I was 22 tell me I looked like Johnny Depp. Even at 22, I did not look like Johnny Depp. But
Johnny Deep.
we made out a little bit in the
Depp.
bar. So I was
As in
like, all
Johnny
right.
Depp, as in DEPTH.
Yes. Yeah.
And you know, and to this day, she goes, "I met this guy one time. I told him like Johnny Depp, but he didn't know I spelled it DEPTH. He doesn't know to this day.
oh, so good.
Do you remember that episode of Better Call Saul where he told the chick he was Kevin Costner? And so she wakes up the next morning, she's like, "You're not Kevin Costner." He's like, "You thought I was when you were drunk." It counted.
Listen.
Is that would technically count as assault, right? If they think they're
No.
sleep.
I mean, I don't know.
Just because you said you're
The
Kevin
rules are
Costner.
always-
If they
She's
think they're
still his
sleeping
choice.
with Kevin Costner and you're not Kevin Costner,
I don't think so.
Can they sue you?
Well,
I would
they
think
could
it
sue you.
could.
I mean, I don't know. Who knows what'll hold up in court these
Your
days?
Honor, I thought I was sleeping with Kevin Costner and he wasn't.
What if it was Kevin Costner?
Good morning.
And they're like, oh, oof.
Eesh.
Hmm.
Ouch.
Speaking of people who don't look quite the same as they used to anymore, Clint Eastwood. Have you seen Clint lately?
yeah.
No, what happened?
Yeah, pull up Clint
Well,
Eastwood
he's
current
93?
4, I
Yeah.
think.
Did he get work done though?
No,
God,
they have
no,
a picture
no,
of him,
no.
very recent.
Yeah, it looks like you, Patrick. It's very-
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
You know, it's people tell you they tell you that.
They tell
Who
me
do
I
you
look like Clint Eastwood, yeah.
Have you seen Clint Eastwood
I get
like
that.
last week?
Like now. Clint Eastwood yesterday.
94-year-old.
94.
Oh, this is sad.
Yeah.
Patrick looks more like Gene Hackman now.
Oh yeah, it's a little Gene. Yeah, a little Gene Hackman.
Hackman-y?
Yeah. That's good.
I
That's
want
a
to
good
grow my
looking
hair a
guy.
little longer and try to get that Ricky Skaggs thing, whatever that is he's got going.
Oh yeah, the
It's
Benjamin
amazing
Franklin.
him
The
being
Benjamin
able to-
Franklin
You had it for a
haircut.
while,
Yeah, I
too.
don't know how he gets it though. Like he pushes it all back and then it like flow. I don't know if he has to blow dry it to make it do that or whatever, but it's fancy.
His
It
son,
is. It doesn't do that by accident. I don't think.
Clint Eastwood's son looks just like him. Like, that's weird. Like when fathers and sons look alike. I'm just looking like at all the pictures of Clint now, and then they're showing the young, and then they're showing his son, and
Was that Scott?
yeah,
Okay, that is a good-looking kid, no doubt.
that's so wild.
I don't shave my beard because I look like John Candy. Like it's bad. Like
You mean without a beard?
without a beard.
Totally
Oh yeah.
mustache too.
Yeah, the whole thing. If you shave it
All
all
of them.
off, especially if the mustache will look like John Candy in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. But yeah, I have that big
Fat neck.
that big fat neck, like not like he's got a little bit of a double chin. No, I have like the big giant neck. You can't see it, and I hide it on purpose.
Do you have a goiter?
I don't know what.
What's a goiter?
A goiter is like a growth on your.
No, I don't.
On
That.
there,
It's just, you know,
It's just a great 1940s joke.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
such, yeah.
It's a goiter. Yeah.
Do you know how we got rid of goiters? We put iodine in salt.
Is that really what did it?
Yep.
What is a goiter?
Goiter is a Schaefer. This is in your neck of the woods. Pardon the pun. In the Pennsylvania, there's a certain area. It's really bad. There was no. They found out it was from a lack of iodine, and if they put iodine, it would go away. It was this big growth on the neck.
It looks like a tumor on your throat.
Yeah, and then so they said, well, I mean, it was the low income people a lot of times that were
Well, that's definitely my people, though.
not comfortable going to the doctor. They don't trust the doctors, and so they said, well, we can't just like say, hey, to fix this, take this drug, because they don't trust them. So they said, well, they all use salt. So
put
they
iodine in the
agreed to
salt.
have one salt manufacturer put iodine in the salt, and all of it went away.
So why
That's
do we
amazing.
all eat iodized salt?
You can buy it without it,
You can,
but
Okay.
it doesn't hurt you.
We think.
Now we
don't
know.
know.
Of.
Who knows?
Who knows?
We're fine. I don't have
Yeah.
a goiter. I'm good.
You know what? When you say old timey word, I was thinking about this the other day. Somebody said they worked for a newspaper. I want to say he said it was the it's called
Newspaper,
it was
that is an
Lancaster.
old-time word.
No, it was Lancaster. It is Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's called the Lancaster newspaper. And
Lancaster.
I went,
To
that-
Lancaster.
That's different because it's usually not just the newspaper. It's usually the Journal, the Times, it's got some fancy name.
Yeah.
The Daily,
The Herald, the
the
Current.
Current, the Intelligencer. And when
The
someone said
Courier.
the Intelligencer, I thought that's like two guys in 1930 trying to decide what to name the. What shall we call it, Steve? Well, I think we should say it's the Intelligencer.
The intelligence.
Yeah.
I think that's fun.
It's like when you see what's his face hawking the Relaxium on TV.
Huckabee.
Huckabee.
Relaxium.
Boy, Huck is the right word.
Huckabee and Uncle Larry.
Jeez.
Oh,
Oh,
so
my
great.
God.
Irvin in the
Is that
comments
Larry
says
Gatlin?
Yeah.
Irvin says
man.
Patrick's looking like a guy that works nights. Been there, Patrick.
I do. I mean,
Irvin.
I just usually sleep later than this. But,
Yeah.
So anyway, so you're doing a stand-up tonight?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow
Yeah.
in McMinnville, Tennessee.
McMinnville, Tennessee, and there are a few tickets left. Most of the it's pretty well sold. So
Awesome.
Park Theater.
Park Theater,
Supposed to be
I'll
isn't it
tell
like
you
a
this,
historic?
I love the Park Theater. It's my favorite one. We do a lot of. I've been to all the villes. Okay, so we play Cookville, Crossville, Clarksville, all the. If you're within 3 hours of Nashville, I've done a comedy show in your theater, and they're all really. We have a lot of nice theaters, but I love the ones that are downtown. That they take that old theater, like the one we did in Texas. It was the
haunted one.
We did the haunted one. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's the same type of thing. This is the old theater.
The one that we
middle
went
of downtown.
This city that we became number one with, and then they got rid of us.
And then they got rid of us. Yeah, that's right. In Temple.
I remember that.
Makes
It was
a
in
lot of
Belton. It
sense.
was the Beltonian.
That's right. Another again. That's Relaxium.
Yes.
With the Beltonian.
The Park Theater, though, it looks brand new. It's like, oh, you guys just like built this? Like, no, this is 110 years old.
Well,
Whatever.
they do a lot of renovations on it. A lot of money goes into that.
The town like really stepped up, and now they have this gorgeous little 500-seat theater.
Good.
there.
It's perfect because it's great for that comedy stuff. Concerts.
This will be our fifth. This will be my fifth time in that theater with him over the last
few years.
I don't know. I think we did the first one in 2015. I know we did comedy there in 2016 on the night of the election. So it was like, because I remember writing jokes about the election just because it would be timely to go out and tell them.
You're like, I can do these
I can do
tonight,
these one
and that's
night,
it.
and if they don't work, it doesn't matter because it won't
Yeah.
it won't ever need them again. But it was like, are people going to come to a comedy show? Don't people? Most people want to sit home and watch the returns
It's
on
on their
TV,
phones
and I'm
now.
like, oh, you know what?
It was
No,
packed.
a lot of people
Don't
want to hear it. Like,
right.
you
Right.
know,
That's
that
the
too.
other part.
I'll go home and I'll find out at 9:00 who won. I got out at 9, and I mean, all right, I guess Hillary Clinton's gonna be the. Oh my God!
I know. I was the same way. I was like, wait a second. Did you just say Trump won Florida?
Wait, I'm sorry.
Wait. And then watching everyone going, well, we just don't know how this happened. Like, wait. What? Donald Trump is the president
Oh my
of the
gosh.
United States. Are you kidding
I
me?
can remember we were
remember
talking
that
about it on the
night.
podcast.
Yeah.
No, but we were like, "There's no way." You know, I mean, nobody thought he was going to win it.
No. And I mean,
Everybody
barring
knew.
something else happening, I don't see him not winning the next one.
You can't.
It's
you
too
can't
early,
make
man.
this
I ain't making
judgment
that
right
call.
now.
I don't know, man.
There's so much going on. I mean, the guy can't even campaign anymore. He can't even go to like graduation or prom or whatever. I saw all that stuff. I'm like, why?
Oh
won't-
yeah, He's
that's
gonna
some
miss graduation.
crazy stuff.
That sucks.
Anyway,
sucks
so
for
you
the
do.
kid.
Are you going to do
So anyway.
more stand-up?
Yeah, I want to do more stuff. I want to start doing a show. I'm gonna try to put together something in Nashville where we do something like once a month, and I just host it. And I can do like 10 minutes. Be
You
the
know,
host, tell jokes. And
You could
then,
do the new room that they have there at Zany's.
Yeah, have you seen the new room?
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
That would be good.
And then get other comedians kind of on the way up that want to come in.
Yeah.
And, I have a way to promote it. So it's just kind of, I don't ever do stuff in Nashville. People ask me all the time. I just never tried. I've never gone to Zany's and said, hey, let me do some feature work.
Well, it's intimidating, I would
Well,
think.
it's intimidating because it's your home club and you don't know who's in there. And if I screw up Saturday, I mean, I'll just upset some people, and then Bees will come in after me and save the day.
He'll fix it.
Yeah. So and then no one will remember. But the other thing is it's like it's a lot of time, a lot of work, and we have jobs, we have a life. I have kids and almost another kid and all that stuff. It's like I want to do it, but it would take me a long time to get to the point where it was worth doing. It has to just be something I do for fun.
Or you come up with a catchphright.
Or I come with a kid.
Come up with a catchphrase and be like, I did it. And that's like, people be like, hey, Patrick, do your thing.
I still think I might try to work That's How Grandma Died into a bit, because you know what? I really took that flag. I didn't come up with that. Some guy called in 15 years ago and said that. And I took that and ran with it and made it a thing that all of us said, and then all of my friends said, and I still say it, and I still think it's funny. And I'm like, I bet I could work that into a
Did you
stand-up
service
bit.
market?
You should.
No, I
You should.
shouldn't. Yeah,
You've been using it for
Grandma
decades.
died.
There.
Yeah, that's how Grandma died.
So while we were talking about who everybody looks like, Schaefer was mentioned that you look like Tim Curry a little bit.
I see that a little bit. Yeah, I can see it a little bit.
And I am going to, before we ask who Garrett looks like, I'm going to go ahead and give Patrick a little tease of what's about to come, because we're about to have you step up to the plate.
No.
Oh, yeah. We're getting
I can't-
request
I don't-
after
oh,
request
my
after
God. All right,
request.
hang on.
So now, while
I was
you-
at an
while you-
event last night with Garrett, and Garrett's hair and the whole thing and the way he dressed, and then he's standing next to his brother, who they are identical twins. but he's got a little bit more of like a serious,
Like a
shorter.
businessy-
Yeah, and he's just. They don't look anything alike anymore. Like
I would say the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came in the other day, and I was kind of like,
They still sound
I
alike.
used to not be able to tell them apart. I was so
Yeah.
proud of myself because he was sitting next to Garrett's girlfriend. I walked up to the table and I went, "Hey man," he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" And I went, "You're not Garrett." Like
you knew.
immediately I just knew when he talked
Yeah.
to me the way I was like, and I was like, "Oh, I can tell them apart now."
Yeah. Well, I find that Garrett is much looser. Like, and Garrett's being quiet over there, but
Yeah.
Garrett's like so much more laid back, I find. And,
Very true.
It
Brian,
is.
Brian's got a little bit of a temper sometimes.
Oh, really? No, I just find him to be a little more like, I don't know, maybe it's because you hang out here and you don't
Yeah, I
have
think
a real job.
whenever he comes in here, he's definitely more, kind of uptight because he doesn't really know you guys like I know you guys. So he's kind of putting on, I got to make a good impression, be cool.
putting on. He's over here
Oh my
putting
gosh,
on.
how long has Garrett been here? Like 2 years at least, right?
Yeah.
It'll be 3 years in February.
Wow.
So I'm on years.
Wow, it's quite a jump there. Like most people say, like next 2
I
or 3
rounded
years.
way
He went
up.
straight
Yeah,
all the
he
way
went
to next
February.
year.
Like,
rounded
Well,
way.
you know, in
So you
September
mean
of
you've been here
27.
2 years and 2 months?
He had a dime
In
and rounded up to
2030,
$1.
in 2031, it'll be 10 years.
Oh my god.
damn,
That's so
Garrett,
funny.
that was
In
solid.
2031, it'll be 10 years. Good stuff. Oh, you know what I hear? I hear a little intro.
Oh God.
It is.
Come on. All right.
you gotta give
Schaefer,
me a
do you
second.
know what this is?
I don't even know what you're talking
So
about.
Schaefer,
It's the best.
Oh wait, what? Seriously, Schaefer doesn't know?
No, he doesn't know.
No, Schaefer he
So-
started after all this was
yeah,
a
you
thing.
were gone.
So Bubba comes in one day and goes, "I have a great idea. You
Oh.
know these memes are taking off.
This is
Memes."
back in the day.
And I was like, yeah. And he goes, why don't we do a thing where we have a character who does like little one-liners, memes that you read, okay, online.
And then they'll
but
get
the
shared.
character says it on the air and is a character on the air. And then after the show, we take that character's picture and we just type out that meme, what he had said, and people will share it on our social media. No, they won't.
No, they won't. And also the name, as we came up with, he wanted it to be the Emo Emu because that would be a great name. It's the Emo Emu. And then he realized that people in the country music audience
I don't
wouldn't
even know what emo is.
So this is Gary.
So
then,
he became the Emotional Emu, which made less reason for
Right.
it to be an emu.
That's right.
Why
Now
is
we're
it an
seeing
emu?
it. I
Now
don't
we have-
even know that.
I
I didn't
don't even know
realize
why either. But
You know
yeah.
what? Can I tell this story real quick before we get to that? Because I don't know if I've ever told this on the podcast, but I used to do a show on the side that was on rock and roll stations. And one of the stations we were on had a rock and roll
Okay,
station.
Alan
Rock
Freed?
station. Yeah, I don't know why I said rock and roll. I'm like my dad over here going, it's rock and roll, son. There was a station they had a mascot. It was a chicken. And it was like a guy in a rooster suit. And I was like,
And it
why do
rhymed
they
with
have
rocks?
Yeah, why do they have a mascot to chicken? Because we would do contests and they go, listen for the 99X chicken or the 99X rooster. And I'm like, oh, okay, why is the sound effect a rooster? Well, you see, it was the something that rhymes with rock. You know, the thing that rock the rocks. I like, oh, that's kind of clever and fun. He goes, yeah, but then corporate told us we couldn't say that anymore.
So they get stuck to rooster.
So I'm like, so why don't you just get rid of it? Well, we already had the suit, so
That's the most radio.
The hot
that's
rockin'
why
rooster.
I love that story. It's such a radio story. It's like we're committed to it, even though the part that made it cool is totally gone. So now we have our mascot. It's like this hard radio. It's 99X. Listen for the 99X rooster. What?
Well, that's
Why
how we
is
got
there a
the
rooster?
Emotional Emu.
It's same
and his
thing.
name
Emotional
became
emu.
Gary. I'm not
Actually,
sure
when
what Gary
I worked for FMF years ago, back when I was doing Top 40 radio, we had a hot rockin' rooster.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And I wonder if that was the initial, like, where it came from.
I'm sorry to tell you guys, but that's been done before.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people, this
I
isn't
know,
like
but
new
it's like-
stuff.
I'm like, I
it
wonder
didn't
if-
come from you, and it didn't come from him. It came from someone in the
No, I'm saying I wonder if they used to call it the other, you
Yeah,
know,
oh, yeah, they
the
might
rocks
have.
too, but it was like decades later when they weren't like rock and roll, when they were, you know, top 40, that
They
they
had to
changed it to
change
the
it.
hot rockin' rooster.
All right,
I
are we
don't
going to
know,
do this?
but-
So they would write lines, dude. I remember. You know how I'm like, all right, I'm out, and Bubba and Patrick are sitting there in like thesis mode over what the voice of this fictional emu or is going to be. And so they came up with a voice that was kind of a mix of, I don't even know what the
It was
mix
like
is.
me doing an impression of Ralphie May talking like my aunt from South Louisiana. This is going to talk like this.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Don't tease too much.
Gary, the emotional emu. The emotional emu. His name is Gary.
Why was Cinderella so bad at soccer?
Why is that?
Because she was always running away from the ball.
Read more of Gary the Emotional Emu's musings at BigDandBubba.com. Share
I
them with your
realized
friends.
years later on the podcast, this would have been better if we just told corny jokes, and that's why I do that.
Gary, Gary
Now
was
we have
amazing.
Super Funny Schaefer.
Yes.
Same
Yes.
thing. Same thing.
It's kind of the same
You know
thing.
what? It's not the same thing.
Gary.
Come on, can
Gary
we
is
get one
the
more
best.
Gary? One more Gary. Just another excuse
Do you
to
have a
play that
line? Do you have a
amazing
joke?
jingle.
Do you know what?
Gary, the emotional emu.
That's my other favorite.
It's my favorite. It's the best.
Gary.
Where the polar bears keep their money?
Where?
In a snowbank.
There's more Gary the Emotional Emu at BigDandBubba.com.
one
Steal
person.
them, share them, make your own, but always remember the hashtag.
Make your own.
I think that's my favorite part is that we just rolled up on a decapitation car wreck, and then the guy goes, "To hear more,
There's
Gary."
more Gary the Emotional.
Oh, he's the best.
Hey, look,
We
man,
spent so much money on that stupid jingle.
not every bit for the radio is a home run. As was said earlier, you got to take lots of swings. You got to keep swinging because occasionally you're going to get a hit, and every so often you're going to knock it out of the park.
You're going to get a Gary.
Schaefer, you've been here long enough now. You know what the Big D face is.
Yeah.
The first time that aired, that was the Big D face.
Oh, it's the best. It's just the best.
And then it doesn't help. We go and talk about it on podcast.
Yeah.
And then of course the comment are like, yeah,
It has a life of its own
Well,
now.
because, and I'll say it again, I don't know what number it is because Bubba's going to ask me and I don't know. But the first time we brought this up, it had been 10 years or so. And so Carson had never heard it. And it was us crapping on how bad it was and playing these old clips and laughing at how stupid it was. The idea. That's what was so funny. That podcast is, I remember where I was listening to it after we did it because I was going to play at a poker tournament that weekend and I'm driving down this road in Mississippi listening to this going, this is freaking brilliant.
Hear me go.
This
Is there
is-
anything else?
For the
Anything
love
else?
of God,
Are we done?
Can we leave now?
One more. Come on, Patrick.
His name is Gary.
So, what did the triangle say to the circle?
What?
You are pointless.
Read more of Gary the Emotional
Okay, D
Emu's
laughed at that one.
musings
I
at
heard it.
That wasn't me, man.
That was me.
That was Schaefer. No, I'm not. No.
Oh, dang it. All right.
No. Yeah. Oh,
Hey,
Gary.
Patrick, how's your voice? Well, it was fine, and then I went and did the podcast, and I did Gary the Emotional Emu for 20 minutes, and now it's a little shot.
Now,
and
if
then-
you want on your show, you can bring it back.
Oh, can I have that? Really?
Yeah, we'll
Are you
let
guys
you have a
telling me I
jingle.
can have Gary? Bubba's over here.
That's my
possessive of
baby.
it.
Oh,
That's
dude,
my baby.
I'll tell you this right now. I will come in and I will do Gary.
Well,
Every so
You
often.
just, you know,
you can come in and
I'll send you the
Don't
invoice.
threaten me with a good time.
Good morning.
Oh, so good.
Hello.
Oh, so bad.
Can you hear that again? It's so great.
Good morning.
Hello.
Why did she laugh?
I don't know.
People
So-
just.
I know they do.
It was like an awkward, like.
Good morning. Good morning.
And then Bubba.
Good
Hi.
morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
He laughed
Hello.
in that dummy sort of way, you know, the way.
There's just no emotion.
It was
to
like
it.
the way it was written in a comic book.
Well, hers didn't have emotion either.
Good morning. Good morning.
It sounds like AI Big D with the what kind of shoes do kidnappers wear? White Vans. Ha ha ha.
You remember that?
No.
Yeah, Bubba spent hours when
I do remember this is before I left.
right before you left. So AI, that's when AI is
Oh my
kicking
God.
in. He's like, "Oh my God, this is it. We're gonna be able to have
We
Big
won't
D
ever
Bubba
need
forever."
We don't ever need to be here.
Yeah, that's right. We can just write things and it just comes out and it
You're
sounds
sick,
great.
D. It's fine. I
Don't
got
worry
you.
about- I got you. You're gonna tell jokes.
Well, one time we had to actually use a robot voice. Big D was in here. He was on vocal lockdown because he had some vocal issue, so they made him go on vocal rest. And we were doing the robot voice like he would type it out. But if we had AI, it would have been even better because it would have been in your voice. I wish I could find the AI Big D.
Do you want to share some of our AI generated jingles you
No,
were working on?
that's later.
Wait.
Oh, that's a whole nother thing.
Thing coming?
Oh,
My God.
to coming around the mountain when she comes.
When she comes.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.
Yeah, I don't have the Big D AI thing.
was
I'm
pretty bad.
really sad.
You would think. I
I kind of remember though.
I kind of think that it's at the point now where within a few years it should be dialed in.
But we got about 18 months.
Oh, wait, I do have it here.
We got about
I
18
do.
months till
Until
we're just all
it's
useless.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
What kind of shoes do kidnappers wear? The white Vans. Ha 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 ha.
The thing is, I would believe that was actually him because you would deliver it that way, like in a sarcastic kind of a. I can
like
hear
a
it.
dopey way.
Yeah, if you played me that tape, I went, remember this old tape of D? And I'm like, not really. But
What kind of shoes do kidnappers wear? The white Vans. Ha 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 ha.
And it even takes a breath at the end.
I even like the thing where it goes, "What kind of shoes do kidnappers wear?" It white Vans.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
What kind of shoes do kidnappers wear? The white Vans. Ha 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 ha.
It's even got that little.
And
It
it
stumbles.
takes a breath
got that
at
little-
the
It
end.
stumbles
Yes.
on itself.
It's good.
It's so creepy.
well
I was
thought out.
watching a video, you know, YouTube. I know you're a big YouTube guy. You go down the rabbit. This is like, hey, you like this? You might like that. Oh, yes, I do. And just keep clicking on stuff. And it was like a 10-minute thing trying to explain the Puff Daddy thing. And it never occurred to me that it was AI. Like, it sounded like a real woman doing a great
Was
read.
it that? Oh, it was a lady.
It was a great read.
There's
yeah.
that guy that does all the ones now.
I feel like I can spot him right away. And this one was great until she said defendant, and she kept saying defendant.
Oh.
And then the defendant. And I was like, no one would mess that up. No one would say it three times wrong. She said it. And I noticed when she said it, because it was such an unusual word, that it was the exact same. You know, it was like somebody copied and pasted it. But up until that point, it was freaking seamless.
I can see the AI videos pretty quick now, but I don't know in a few.
Just think
years
about,
old.
yeah. I mean, in a
Did you see
year
an
to
AI
two-
beauty pageant's coming?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
with
like,
2 AI judges.
yeah, they're gonna have the generated images from AI and judging their beauty. Yeah, it's very. I think
That's-
the price is like $20,000.
Bizarre.
It's very weird.
Who's going to generate the thing?
Is
it
this
just-
like Robot Wars where you?
That's
dude.
maybe.
I love me Robot Wars.
That would be
Love Robot
great. You
Wars.
have AI generated pretty people, and they do like, what was the old MTV thing, Celebrity Deathmatch?
Oh yeah.
But you do like AI generated pretty people, and it's Pretty People Deathmatch.
People
And
would
they
watch
go
it.
in. Oh, I
Yeah.
would totally watch that.
What kind of shoes do kidnappers wear? The white Vans. Ha 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 ha.
All right, we done.
Well, now, yeah, you've bummed us all out with AI. Anytime we start talking about AI, I get bummed out. I'm like,
Gary, the emotional emu.
Good morning.
His name is Gary.
So, how do you end the Big D and Bubba podcast?
How?
You play the jingle, make Patrick sing it.
There's more Gary the Emotional Emu.
No, you should have just gone with this was the podcast. Right out of it. It would have been perfect.
we had a liner.
We had a line, everything.
We had a liner made.
No.
Gotta play it.
This was the podcast, but now it's over. But that's okay. 'Cause we can listen to the regular show on the radio.
Hello.
Every day. It was the podcast.
Kidnappers wear. The